In this video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the HovAlpha by Hovsco. Let's check it out. Alright, so here's what the Hovsco box looks like when it comes in. I want to give a shout out to Hovsco for sending us out the HovAlpha for testing and review. So we'll go ahead and cut the straps so we can get to the box. Nice to have the straps because it keeps everything together, keeps the box from opening up and the staples from coming undone. Alright, inside you can see it's got styrofoam blocks, you got styrofoam wrapping. Yeah. So definitely keeping it protected from being crushed in shipping. We have a large accessory box. Very nicely neat put together. I love that. Let's check out the pedals there. You got left and right pedals. You also have the charger. And it is a 3.0 charger. So it is a fast charging charger. We have the tools, which are in a pouch. Looks like we have some hardware for the front fenders. And we have a quick release skewer for the front tire. And we have some spare screws, which is nice to have just in case. You also have a derailleur guard. Not a lot of bikes include that. Nice to have to protect the derailleur. And we have a kickstand. Alright, we also have instructions on the battery. And we have stats on the bike. And the manual to the bike as well. Now the bike weighs about 77 pounds, so you may or may not need some help pulling it out. It does come about 95% already pre-assembled, so it's not that bad. Alright, so after taking everything off the bike, all the wrapping, we want to take off the 4 screws holding the handlebar bracket. And then line up your handlebars. And then put the bracket back on and try to put those screws back in there. It is a little difficult, I will admit, because that headlight is in the way. But it is possible, just so you know. And we like to put the handlebars on first, so that way it's easier to get the front tire and the fenders on. That way the handlebars aren't just dangling in the way. Alright, now we're going to put the kickstand on. Just a couple screws and install it from behind the frame. Now it might be a little hard to get through because there is that power cable going to the motor, which is kind of in the way, but you can wiggle around it and then just tighten it up. Alright, we're going to cut the keys off so we can charge the battery. That way the battery will be charging while we finish assembling the rest of the bike. There's a bottom loading battery. Now what's cool about this battery is not only does it have a battery indicator, as you can see, but it also has a button for a light, and the light also has different modes. Now we're going to put the front tire on, and we're going to take the end cap off the skewer and feed it through the front axle there of the tire or the wheel. And remember, the small end of the spring goes inward and the big end outward. Just put a little bit of the screw on there. Take off the spacer in the bottom of the forks. And then line up your forks on top of the skewer. It should just slide right on there. Be sure to line up your disc rotor between the brake pads. Here you go. Now just twist the screw or the end cap on the skewer until you got just the right tension, and then you can pretty much clamp down on the skewer when you got enough tension. You just have to kind of feel for it, and there you go. Now for the pedals, don't forget the right side pedal is clockwise when you're screwing it on, and the left side pedal is counterclockwise. Don't forget to tighten it. Now if you wanted to, you could put a little bit of grease. If you have a little bit of grease laying around, you can put some grease in the threads. That's up to you. Now you want to put on the derailleur guard. So we just want to, we don't have to take the bolt completely off, just enough to fit the derailleur guard just behind it. We'll tuck it in. That way it covers the derailleur, protects it from getting hit. If you like to off-road a lot, you might have some, big roots or branches or rocks that you could protect your derailleur from getting hit by those items. And then tighten it back down. Alright, don't forget you do have to fill the tires of air. They come about, when it was shipped, it was about halfway filled, which is okay. It makes the bike lighter when you're taking it out of the box. Don't forget to put the battery back in when it's charged up. Alright, now there is a label on the screen. Don't throw it away. Scan that using your cell phone. It'll give you access to the app, which you can keep track of all your miles and distance, and even unlock the bike from a Class 2 to a Class 3. Now let's go ahead and turn the display on. It's a really cool looking display, by the way. You got your trip, miles per hour, and your pedal assist levels, along with the battery indicator. Plus and minus buttons on the control goes through your pedal assist levels. And you also have a dedicated headlight button. All right, let's check out the stats on the bike. Here's the Hovsco bike. It is green. Now they do come in a gray as well, so that's what the gray looks like. So going into the bike, as you can see, the battery is a 48 volt 20 amp battery with Samsung cells. You got also some cup holder screws right there. You have a torque sensor and cadence sensors on the bike, so you have both sensors. Pretty cool. You have a Shimano turning derailleur system. You also have a 750 watt with 1032 watt peak motor with 85 newton meters of torque. It's a Sato motor. Now it doesn't have a rear rack, but it does have screws for it, so you can probably buy it aftermarket or on the website. Maybe the accessories might have a rear rack. The saddle is a quick release seat post. Real nice clamp rubber grips. You also have a 7-speed trigger shifter. And there's the display. your controls for display, as you saw earlier, and you also have a thumb throttle on the left right there. I really love those rubber grips. You also have hydraulic brakes. Now the bike is sitting on some 26x4 Chaoying fat tires. You also have lockout and preload adjusting front shocks with 80 millimeters of travel. And you have a front headlamp, which is integrated into the battery. Altogether, this bike has a 450-pound payload capacity as well. So if you're a big rider or like to haul stuff using a trailer, this bike is perfect. Now we're going to take it out for a spin and see how fast it goes. We got it up to 20 miles per hour. That's on a class 2 setup. Now you can always change that. Remember, you can only change that also using the app. You have to again sync your phone to the bike, and you get 28 miles per hour. Now this also goes up to 20 miles in range, and that would be on full throttle, by the way. You get double that if you're using pedal assist. Now I will put a link to Hovsco down below so you can check the bike out if you're interested in the bike. Now we've tested this bike out, the shocks, the brakes. This is definitely one of those bikes that we recommend. It's got everything you need. So if you like e-bikes like we do, please like and subscribe, support the channel, but also keeps you, updated on any other future uploads on e-bikes. And my name is Nelson. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.